selling their hardware even more than their predecessor. So when that trajectory is going like this for Nintendo and Sony, but it's like this for Xbox, and you're saying, well, the whole industry, it's like, no, Xbox is going in that way. Nintendo and Sony going to do what they have did for the last 30, 40 years. And that's
Nintendo, let's
continue doing.
separate them out from this conversation slightly, because they're the only platform that makes money by selling the platform.
That's not
Sony and
true.
Microsoft, they do. They make
No,
money on the sale of the
Sony
Switch
makes money off of their PS5 within
right
the
now.
first year. Yes, within the first year, they put out a statement like 6 months after launch saying we're now, and I'll send it to you just so you'll know. I'm not making this up. Saying
Oh
that
yeah, no, I
they're
believe you.
now profitable on their hardware. And each revision they had, like Porter Rock said before, each revision of their console, even though it's slightly like sometimes the internals are change and stuff, and you kind of never know. But each one of those revisions is a price change because components get cheaper all the time. So they're putting after
Okay,
it's a price drop, they put the components in there, and that's just even more money that they're making on
then
it. And guess what?
I
They
stand
take that
corrected. But
money
a
and
question.
they're investing in the PlayStation Portal, a
Mhm.
new PlayStation Portal a native handheld, a PSVR, and the headsets, the earbuds, and everything else. All of that comes from the PS5. It's surrounding the PS5. PlayStation is not going anywhere. They're
Oh
doubling
yeah,
and tripling and quadrupling
that
down.
I'm not
You're going to
stating
get a
that they're
PlayStation
going
6,
away.
a PlayStation 7,
Right.
a PlayStation 8, and on. This is, fortunately, I guess fortunately and unfortunately for Sony, PlayStation is their bread and butter. So they have no choice but to do what they're doing, right? They can't just say, hey, we're gonna let the console go away. No, they have no choice. This is it. They need you buying a PlayStation 5. They don't want you going anywhere else. They don't want you going to Nintendo. They don't want you going to PC. They don't want you going to Xbox. So at this point, Sony's looking like, well, if Microsoft gets out of the hardware business, a lot of their gamers are going to come over to us. And guess what? We'll nurture their games. We'll host their Halos, the Gears and Forzas, and their games. Why not? Now these guys are over here. They're gonna sign up for PlayStation Plus. They're gonna buy some earbuds. They're going to, buy VR and other stuff. You're giving the competition. You're basically giving up, like what Kurt said. They've literally given up. And I understand what you're saying. In the future, in some future, I don't know. It won't be the
I'm
near
not
future.
saying
Some
consoles are
future,
going away or hardware is going away. I
yeah.
know that it's like that's a tricky thing that I'm definitely not elegant at in speaking.
Yeah.
I'm saying the future is not those things, because those things will continue to exist, but they're not going to be the be all end all. And so to your point with PlayStation, hey, I believe you. I stand corrected. So let's put. I don't think Microsoft is making money on the sale of the Xbox, console.
No, they don't.
Which
They,
right.
they, they
So
in over
that
24
right.
years of their existence, they
But
haven't made a dime on the
but
actual.
PlayStation is going to have a cloud offering and a PC offering, right? So when it says that, is that
They
it's
already have
actually
it. They
right,
Sony started now with
and
the
it's only
PlayStation
going to
Now.
get better, and it's only going to get better, so
Yeah.
that the gamer, whether it's Kirk or you or me,
Mhm.
like, you're going to end up having way more choice. If you want to invest in a
True.
console, then there's an option. And yes, I would say the PS5, the
Yeah.
console to buy. This is the console to buy if you're going to buy a console. Then you shift into that and go and saying, like, well, if you end up having the ability to have a gaming PC, well, guess what? You're not cut off, right? We've seen so much hardware innovation because of the removal of exclusivity. And this is the Rogue Ally, this is the Steam Deck, this is the Logitech G Cloud. Within the handheld space, which was formerly dominated by Nintendo, you could not release a handheld and find any success. Ask Sega. Like, they're like, yes, you would have some niche success. You'd have some
They're
people who are
PCs
fans of.
though. Those handhelds are just PCs.
They are just
They're
PCs, right?
laptops. That's all they
Right.
are.
But
So
meaning that it's
is
that
that
they can exist because
no, they
they're not
can.
like,
They
because they now
can.
have to sell themselves on,
They
like, oh,
can.
this is the only place that you can play this game,
Yeah.
which was and is the current, especially Square PlayStation model.
Yeah. So let's say this, right? Nintendo Switch has sold over 135 million Nintendo Switches.
Mm-hmm.
If you add up the ROG Ally, which I own, the Logitech G Cloud that I own, the Steam Deck, which I own, and the new Lenovo handheld or whatever, I don't have that one. If you add those up, right, the combination of those sales may be maybe 2 million, right?
Yeah.
they're not making any massive dent. They're just extensions. I mean, they're just they're basically mobile PCs.
Right.
There's not this massive fluctuation of people. Hey, I'm buying this in any massive drop. It's not. It's just not compared to Nintendo for various reasons. The reason because Nintendo has exclusives. It's an exclusive thing.
Yeah.
PlayStation. Sure, they could have made their PlayStation Portal where it does this with PC and Android and all this stuff. But guess what? Yeah, matter of fact, you're the one that asked me. You say, "Hey,
Yeah. I
can,
said,
you,
hey,
can you do GFN on that thing?" And I was like, "No." Guess what?
oh
You
man.
need a PS5.
And well,
You
see,
need
I
a
have a PS5, and I was like, oh, if I could do GFN on the portal,
Mm.
that's actually much more preference because
Nope.
like the PlayStation controller is fantastic, especially the 5. Like
It would be great. It would be great if you could do that. But you know what? Sony, again, just like Nintendo, and just like Apple, believes, why would I give people another reason to go somewhere else? We want you here. So this is going to be an extension of your PS5.
And Xbox believes the opposite.
And Xbox believes everybody else is. And I even heard people out there talking about, well, the new Xbox, they're just going to outsource and let everybody make an Xbox. So you'll have Lenovo making an Xbox.
That's just a Steam box. That's just a Steam box.
I'm thinking to myself, who in their right mind would invest in a piece of hardware that they have to share with a bunch of other manufacturers that the gamers don't even want to buy its own hardware that's proprietary right now? Like, that's a dead call. That's a crazy investment. Who would do that? Like,
Paul Tassi needs to be stopped.
Yeah, like, come on.
He says the year is 2025 and I'm consulting a spreadsheet 2 pages long to figure out which games are or are not currently Xbox exclusive.
Hey,
we are proud to announce all Xbox original titles are coming to our friends at PlayStation, except for Redfall. They didn't want that one.
We do have a little breaking news. It's finally confirmed that the next Halo is going to be multi-platform. And this
Are you serious?
on
That's
Microsoft's
out.
website. Yeah.
No shot, dude.
Yeah.